Sit down and drop that object.
I will not sit down. I refuse to sit down.
I need our cards. I need your supervisor over here. Call your supervisor. So, I need their cards. I need your card.
These were cases where entitled, corrupt cops met the wrong person, beginning with the most entitled cop who unbelievably jumped over the gate only to narrowly manage to escape a deadly attack.
No, no, no! Please don't do it!
On January 9th, 2017, Troup County Deputy Michael Hockett rushed to the home of a mentally ill 28-year-old Mr. Edmondson to perform a welfare check on Jackson Street. However, as the officer reached the residence, he did something terribly wrong by jumping over the gate marked with a no trespassing sign and entering the property. Little did the officer know what kind of ruthless person he was about to face in the next few moments. Shortly after Officer Michael entered the property, Edmondson also returned home with his mother. From that very moment, things took a drastic turn for Officer Michael, who up to this point remained oblivious to the horrors that awaited him.
Damn! You do it! Put it down! Please! Please put it down! No! No! No, no, no! Please don't do it!
Now on to me. 44 status.
I'm here. Shots are fired.
Officer Michael narrowly managed to escape death that was stalking him that day. However, officials did not say how many times he was shot during that short period of standoff, but they said he had several shots to his bulletproof vest, gunshots to his side, hand, and elbow. After the standoff, Edmondson's friends talked to him via cell phone and convinced him to surrender without any violence. Shortly after his arrest, Edmondson told the officials that he was protecting his farm because Officer Michael had no legal grounds to enter his property. In the next case, two entitled cops acted like they didn't care about arresting an innocent man, only to be surprised later on when they discovered he was an FBI agent.
Wrong guy.
Oh!
Wrong guy.
Oh my God! No!
On June 1st, 2019, in Rochester, Minnesota, a man was sitting outside a bar smoking a cigarette when two entitled cops confronted him and quickly escalated the situation by threatening to arrest him. However, the man remained calm, and little did the officers know they were confronting an individual of higher authority, someone who held more power than their badges.
You're racial profile. Am I? Yeah, you're wrong. You're assuming I'm someone that I'm not. Are you Jake? No, I'm not Jake. Hi, you look like Jake. There you go. I look like Jake. Yeah, you're Jake. No. Yes, you are. No, I'm officer. You're Jake. Get out of my face, man. You guys are harassing me. Yes, you guys are. Hey, you're harassing me. Yes, you are. No. He's harassing me. Why are you harassing me? You're assuming I'm someone I'm not.
Okay, if you're not, then
No.
you're not free to go. Okay.
Us. Am I being detained?
Yeah, you are.
For what?
The man kept protesting and asking the officers to provide a legal ground for his arrest. However, that proved not to be the case, as the officers were so determined to make an arrest while continuing to act childishly.
No.
You're not free to go. Okay.
Us. Am I being detained?
Yeah, you are.
For what?
I think you have to.
You think? That's an illusion. That's an illusion. You think?
Stand up for your hands.
I'm not. For what? I don't have a warrant. You're very wrong.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
No, you are wrong. What do you mean if you're wrong? You're wrong. You're wrong.
We're not gonna play this game. Stand up.
Hold on. Hold on. You guys are not gonna try to manhandle me. I'm not under arrest. I didn't do nothing. For what? For what? Can you tell me for what? For what? I'm under arrest for what? No. If you got the wrong guy, I'm suing all of you guys. Let me get your card. Can I get your card? Okay.
In response to defend his innocence, the man remained adamant, seeing that he was determined to protect his rights. These cops did something highly unethical and unbelievably out of the ordinary, forcing the man into handcuffs. But little did the officers know that within the next few minutes, their misconduct would backfire in the most humiliating and embarrassing way possible.
Hey, yo! Hey! Hey, officer! No. Matter of fact, look at my ID.
He got the wrong guy. I'm telling y'all.
Yo, you guys are racial profile thinking I'm somebody. You are stupid. I don't know how you became a cop.
got the wrong dude.
Matter of fact, anybody can become a cop nowadays. Yeah, so you guys really had no other choice to do? You guys really had nothing else to go to college for but be a cop and harass me? To assume I'm somebody I'm not? My ID's in my back pocket. Watch how funny this is. Go ahead, look at it. No, don't hate me. Look at it. What does that say? Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh my God! No, get the off me, dude! Get off me, dude!
Bro, you
I need your cards. I need your supervisor over here. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor over here. You guys are the stupidest I've met in my life. What you guys? What the is wrong with you guys? Sir, can you please come here? Are you the supervisor? These guys are racially profiling me. They assume I'm someone that I'm not. I told them I'm not who they think I am. And they said, nope, you are. I'm positive you are. So, I need their cards, I need your card, I need your card, and I'm gonna file a report on you, and you. Because you guys are all stupid. You assume someone is someone, and that's it? That's all you guys do? Yeah? Oh my God, what is American people? You're allowed to.
allowed to what? It wasn't allowed to talk to someone. You arrested him.
Assume I'm someone and try to.
Right, and he made a mistake, and then once he figured out who you were, he unhandcuffed you.
What if somebody did that to you?
He's going to jail.
What if somebody did that to you?
I was going to jail anyways.
Huh?
Matter of fact, I was going to jail anyways.
You got like, you ain't gonna just buckle up and just
Leave. Let's get out of here. You guys leave. Leave. You guys have a good night. No, you guys have a good night. Get the out of here.
However, there have been several speculations and sources reporting that the man wasn't an FBI agent, but whether that's absolutely true or false, it still remains crystal clear that the man was likely from a much higher authority. This can be easily observed in the officer's facial expressions and the way they reacted the moment he showed them his ID. However, things got even crazier with this next cop who had the guts to arrest an innocent student for simply picking up trash.
I told you many times to put it down.
And you're holding a gun!
Put it down.
On March 1st, 2019, a 26-year-old college student named Zaid Atkinson was picking up trash outside the compound of his home. However, the incident that followed next remains unclear whether it was due to racial profiling or a routine mistake, as Officer John Smiley quickly confronted him and began questioning the legality of his presence in the area.
I couldn't help but notice you just sitting on the patio out there.
What's that?
I couldn't help but notice you sitting on the patio behind this building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the signs for no trespassing, private property, that kind of thing. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were doing, if you lived here or you worked here. It looks like you're working, doing something, picking stuff up. Okay, gotcha. What's the actual address then? Okay, what unit are you in?
I don't think I have to actually tell you that.
Well, I'm just checking to make sure that you have a right to be here, that's all.
I just told you I lived here.
Okay.
And I told you that I'm working as well.
Okay.
Shouldn't that be enough for you?
Well, I gotta verify it, just so I know that you do in fact live here.
What do you need from me?
If you have an ID with your address on it, that'd be great. Well, we've had some stuff going on in this area. I'm just doing my job, just making sure you belong here, and if you do, then great, and I'll be on my way.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have anything with your address on it?
Yo, look, man. Here, why don't you follow
Just
me,
relax.
and I'll just leave the building, dude.
Yeah, just chill out, man.
Dude, this is ridiculous.
I'm just asking you if you have something with your address on it, then that would help me.
No, I don't. How am I supposed to have something with my address on it?
Well, a lot of people have a
They
driver's
just carry
license.
they just carry something with their address on it?
Yeah, an ID.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
You can see as soon as the conversation starts, Officer Smiley asks Zaid to identify himself, to which Zaid complies by giving Officer Smiley his college ID. However, this proved not to be the case, as Officer Smiley wasn't satisfied with the details on the ID, as it didn't show his living address. In response, Zaid asked for his ID back. However, Officer Smiley refused to return it and kept demanding more information. And it was this very moment that sparked a terrible hostility I've seen in a while.
Can I get your date of birth, please?
Why?
I just need to verify who you are, that you belong here, that you have a right to be here, okay?
Are you kidding me, man?
Can you have a seat, please?
No.
Mr. Atkinson.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
290 Cookville. Can you please have a seat?
No.
Put that down. Stop. Mr. Atkinson, right now you're obstructing a police officer, which is a jailable offense. I'm asking you one more time to sit down.
I'm not doing anything wrong. And you're not going to arrest me. You're not going to do anything. Because I live here. And I didn't do anything wrong.
Last chance, sir.
For what?
Have a seat.
For what?
Sit down. Right now I'm detaining you and investigating you for a trespass.
I live here.
Sit down.
No.
Have a seat, please.
You're gonna tase me outside of my residence? I hope that
Drop
thing's
that.
on.
Put that down.
I hope the camera's on, sir.
Put that down.
I really do. No, I'm working.
You need to listen to what I'm telling you to do right now.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything illegal.
290, we're on
I haven't done
the
anything
east
wrong.
side of
So I'm not gonna
2333
listen to you.
Folsom.
I don't
Subject's
know
failing
you.
to comply,
You're actually
not
on my
sitting down,
property,
and he
I
has
feel
some
unsafe.
kind of a blunt object in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow until my cover gets here. Have a seat. Sit down.
I'm not sitting anywhere.
Sit down. Now.
Why?
Now. Do it now.
Why? Why?
I'm detaining you to investigate.
What? For
Investigated
what?
trespass.
I live here. You
You haven't confirmed that. Sit down.
I'm a student.
Sit down and I'll
I'm not
confirm it.
sitting anywhere.
Sit down now.
At this point, you can vividly see the tension rise. However, no matter how tense the situation became, it didn't stop Officer Smiley from escalating things further, as he even threatened to tase Zaid if he kept refusing to bend to his will. In response, Zaid kept resisting, something that prompted Officer Smiley to call for backup from his fellow officers. Little does Officer Smiley know that within a few moments, the very same officers he called for support will end up siding with the man he was trying to humiliate and would completely destroy his ego in the most unexpected way.
Sit down so I can continue my investigation.
Because you just
Sit down.
To tase me.
Sit down.
I'm feeling safe. No, point the camera here.
You have a dangerous object in your hand and you're failing to put it down.
I'm picking up trash.
Put it down.
You're
You're being
shoot me.
detained.
Your hand is on your weapon, and you're gonna shoot me? That's what you're gonna do, officer?
290, we're
You're
still
gonna
behind
shoot a resident on his
2333 Folsom.
property for
Subject
picking up
is failing to
trash.
comply.
That's what you're gonna do, officer?
Sit down, sir.
Why don't you use your brain?
I asked you several times.
Use your intelligence. Are you gonna kill me? Are
Several
you gonna
times I've asked
Your hand is
you.
on your weapon.
Yes,
I
it
feel
is.
threatened. That's
I
a fucking
threatened
gun.
because you're not
That's a
putting that
gun.
down. Yes, it is.
I'm picking up trash.
Put it down. I
I'm
told you
picking
many
up
times to
trash.
put it down.
And you're holding a gun.
Put it down.
And you're holding a gun.
Sir, put it down.
And you're holding a gun. How do you feel?
Put it down,
How do
sir.
you feel, officer? How do you feel? You're
Put
holding
it down.
a gun. Or you're gonna shoot me, officer?
If you use that weapon against me,
Where's your lieutenant? Dude, you're not gonna get away with murder. You're not. Not today. I don't have a weapon.
that's a weapon.
This is a bucket.
No, that's a weapon. Right
This
there.
is a clipper for picking up garbage, sir.
Put it down. I'm telling you, I'm threatened
It's
by
not a
it.
weapon. You're not threatened. I'm threatened. You have a gun that kills people. How am I supposed to kill someone?
Sit
with
down,
this?
sir.
I'm not sitting down, and you can't make me. Officer, he's got a gun.
Sit down.
Gun. He's got a gun.
Have a seat.
He's got a gun.
Sit down and drop that
No!
object.
I will not sit down. I refuse to sit down until you guys put your weapons away. Put your gun away.
Have a seat.
Put your gun away.
Have a seat.
Put your gun away, and I will
I'm not
talk
putting
to
my
you.
gun away.
Then I'm not doing a thing.
Back up
Because you
and have a
came
seat.
onto my property with your weapons drawn, threatening me
Have a seat,
at the
sir.
place that I sleep.
Back up.
How do you feel about that?
Back up.
Get off my property.
Asking you your name.
Get off my property.
I'm Officer Parker.
Great.
Tell me your name.
Why should I have to?
Because then we can have an adult conversation.
Adult conversation now.
Yeah.
You want to have an adult conversation after your deputy pulled his gun on me.
I do want to talk to you. Yes.
Really?
That's
You
correct.
got it all on camera.
Yep, I do want to talk to you.
So how do you feel about that, sir?
Why don't you tell me your name and then we'll have a conversation.
Just talk to my partner.
I really don't think that that is okay with me. I don't feel like having how many strangers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 officers of the law with guns drawn. With guns drawn on my property. I'm picking up trash for my job. He will refuse to put his weapon away. He refuses to put his weapon away, which is the first thing I asked for. You want my name?
Yep, I'm Officer Parker.
And you have weapons drawn. You guys look like you're ready to go.
I got empty.
You're ready to go, right?
Just talk to him.
I'm not. Why I gotta talk to him? Because you can't handle
Well,
your shit.
you don't seem to want to talk to
Fucked
me.
up, dude. You called the whole cavalry.
You're not
What?
listening.
What?
You're not listening. You
Fucking
need to
gun
put
away.
that. I'm not putting my
Are you
gun
gonna
away.
shoot me? There's cameras everywhere, dude. Are you gonna shoot me?
My plan is not to shoot you.
You said this is a weapon.
It can be used as a
Do you
weapon,
feel like this
yes.
is threatening? Yeah.
Can you put it away? Can you just drop it on the ground? I'll put my gun
You're
down.
on my property. Set it down.
If you put that down, I'll put my gun away.
This guy was ready to me, sir. I gave him my ID. He knew who I was. I said my name was Zaid Atkinson. shotgun. Of course I'm upset. He pulled out his
Dropped
gun
his weapon.
and said that I'm a threat.
Trying to get him to comply.
On my own property, I'm a threat because I'm picking up garbage. You're ready to jump out of your skin because you know you made a dumb mistake today.
Can I tell you something?
No, call everybody.
That's not how it works.
Call everybody, then we'll have a standoff, dude. Are you kidding me? This is stupid. I live here.
Hang
You
out,
came on
just
my
talk to my
property.
partner.
And you took my identification, dude. I live here, not you. You need to tell me who the you are.
So I saw him sitting
Yeah, you need to tell me who the you are.
serious
What's
on the
your
private
name?
property side. Maybe he wasn't really doing anything. He was kind of milling about, then come back down, sit, milling about, come back down, sit. And then when I came into the alley, he stood up and I saw that he had that metal thing. It looked like he was kind of banging it like against the. So I wasn't sure if he's like trying to damage something or. And then I addressed him, and then he proceeded to walk around here, and I saw it was like a device for picking up trash, and he was picking up trash. So I contacted him and just asked him, hey, can I let me chat with you? I'm just checking to make sure that you have a right to be here. And then he initially talks to me, I ask him why he's here, and he says he lives here and works here. And I ask him for the address, and he turns and reads it off of the building. Okay. And he won't tell me his apartment number. He gives me like some kind of school ID, but it doesn't have a date of birth. So I ask him for his date of birth.
Do you get it?
No. At that point, he refuses, and he starts walking away. Picks up that metal object and the bucket and walks away from me. I just follow him at a distance until cover gets here.
Okay. So we confirmed that he lives here, right?
No.
Well, he just did.
Okay.
Parker just did. He confirmed that he lives here.
According to him, he lives here. He just provided a unit number finally. I don't have a date of birth. I don't know who he is.
Okay. All right. So let's. You got his information in terms of his name and all that.
I just have his name.
Okay. Then give him his ID back, and then we're out of here. Yeah, because we already confirmed he's there, and this gentleman here just said, yeah, he works here. He lives here.
Okay.
Yeah.
After the incident, everything went back to normal until days later when Zaid filed a complaint against Deputy Smiley, which eventually led the city to compensate him with a $125,000 settlement, a reward for standing his ground to protect his rights.
I believe that this man had approached me because I'm a black male in an all-white town.
He was stopped for being black and cleaning his own property.
However, if you thought what Officer Smiley did was crazy, probably because you haven't seen how hilariously absurd these next entitled officers are.
But before we go any farther, you're pulling me over for what?
You had your finger
Disorderly conduct for putting my middle finger up. That's correct?
No,
Correct.
no, exactly.
Correct.
You extended your arm.
On March 11th, 2022, in Delaware, 2 state troopers pulled over a man in his vehicle for putting his middle finger outside his car window. Irritated by the gesture, the officers began looking for any charge they could bring against him. But little did they know the man knew the law much better than them.
He stuck his middle finger out of the window. Okay. What's that? What's that? He probably won't go anywhere. Nah, what's isn't it like a improper hand signal or something? Charge? No, I mean like if you stick your finger, I'm telling you, if you put your arm out the road, your hand out the road, and you're like with a middle finger, you could. That's like a, isn't that? I'm pretty sure. You sure about that?
The reason I stopped you is you had your hand out the window.
So what? So what? It's constitutionally protected speech.
Is the reason why you're doing that? Is the reason why you're doing that?
You're stopping me for constitutionally protected speech, right?
Because you had your hand out the window.
This is what I did. You got a problem with that?
Sir, listen to me. Listen to me.
No.
All right, listen.
Go away.
Disorderly conduct.
No, it is not.
That is disorderly
That
conduct.
is called
You are doing it
freedom
out in the
of
public.
speech.
If you are out in the public,
no.
you are out in the public and people see you.
No, it is not.
Here's what's going to happen.
No.
License, please.
No.
Here's what's going to happen.
I want your supervisor, please.
I am the supervisor. I am the supervisor. And
License,
that's why
please.
I'm here.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and
You're
get my
fine.
license.
You're fine.
And I'm going to take you to court.
But here's what I'm telling you. Take it to court. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you. I want you to take it to court.
So but before we go any farther, you're pulling me over for what?
Because you had your finger.
Disorderly conduct.
Now,
What?
here's what's about to happen. You're about to be arrested again for resisting arrest.
No, I'm not resisting anything.
Yeah. Right now you're being detained.
For what?
You're being detained.
I told you why I stopped you already, sir. For putting my middle finger up. That's correct?
No,
correct.
No, exactly.
Correct.
You extended your arm out the window.
No, I had my middle finger out the window.
Okay, let me get your ID. You had your middle finger out the window, okay. Yes.
Stuck his arm out the window with the middle finger. Okay. As he was driving by, like, oh, game on.
The man went on to sue the officers for infringing on his constitutionally protected right under the First Amendment, which guarantees freedom of speech, and there is no trace of how the case ended.